Marvel's Wolverine has been one of my most anticipated games in years, and we might finally get a trailer sooner than you might expect, so let's get into it. So, in case you're new to the channel, my name is George. I talk about superheroes, movies, games, etc. And Marvel Wolverine has been one of my most anticipated games in years, literally. Wolverine is one of my favorite Marvel heroes. I think he has a lot of potential in video games, so I can't wait to see what Insomniac Games does with this character. Back in December 2023, we had a big leak at Insomniac that leaked a lot of stuff from Insomniac's Wolverine game and from employees at Insomniac, which is very unfortunate. We might finally have some news and some good news about when we might see facial footage from this game, so let's get into it. So here we have Insomniac Games Wolverine reported will almost certainly be shown at the next PlayStation State of Play at the end of September. There's also something very interesting I want to show you guys. I found this tweet. It says something very exciting, so let's get into it. As I said before, the PlayStation presentation later this month could be called a showcase or it could be called a State of Play, but will be equivalent to a traditional showcase in that it will have trailers for multiple PlayStation first-party IP games. It's possible that due to this change, the term showcase has been retired and replaced by State of Play, similar to how Nintendo uses their Nintendo Directs for both their small presentations that only announce one new game and their biggest presentations that announce multiple. State of Plays normally announce one or two new games, and the rest of them are games already new that were coming and not, big party IPs. But looks like that might have changed if PlayStation now decided to name showcases and State of Plays just by State of Play. And I wonder if that's something that's gonna impact into the future, if you're gonna have like PlayStation showcases and PlayStation State of Plays like separately, because showcases, there's only the big thing. No one announced like a new console, a new sort of device for the console, and a bunch of new first party IP games. And State of Plays normally announce maybe something new for the console, a lot of announced one or two new games, and the rest of them are games already knew were coming. So this is coming from Tom Henderson at Insider Gaming, and exclusive. Insomniac Games Wolverine is likely to be at the next PlayStation State of Play. According to sources who wished to remain anonymous as they couldn't talk about company plans, PlayStation is currently planning its next State of Play event towards the end of September. Other sources reveal that Insomniac Games Wolverine is almost certainly going to be at the event, as the production for this next trailer has now been completed. It makes sense because, after the release they had to change a lot of stuff probably about the game, a lot of story stuff. So now knowing that a full trailer is now being completed is good to know. If the game doesn't appear at the State of Play, then the trailer will undoubtedly be released within the next few months, with the Game Awards being the next likely candidate. And this makes sense, with the Game Awards being the biggest gaming event of the year, basically every year. So Insomniac Games Wolverine faced some issues in development following a ransomware attack in December 2023, during which employee information and substantial amount of game footage leaked online. The hack resulted in some changes to the game's plans, but the extent of these changes is currently unknown. At the time of writing, neither PlayStation nor Insomniac Games has revealed when Wolverine will be set to be released, but fingers crossed an answer awaits us in the next coming weeks. The game is currently slated to release exclusively on the PlayStation 5. It looks like we're gonna get the first official piece of Wolverine footage this month in the next couple of weeks, which is very exciting. Heavily rumored, since this is Tom Henderson, there's a big possibility that this is true, but with release stuff, I generally don't know when this might release. My biggest guess is late 2026, if not early 2027, because there's a lot of games that are set to come out next year, especially early next year. 007 First Light, Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, GTA 6, Marvel 1943 is somewhere in there. So yes, there's a lot of games set to release next year, which is very exciting, obviously. So I wonder where Wolverine will fit in that timeline and where and when it will come out. I personally am very excited for this Wolverine game. I think it has a lot of potential because of the story, because the story can be cool, and Wolverine does seem to have some really cool stories. The combat could be very cool, with the claws. I think a couple gameplay features could be cool, like cutting off members and stuff. I think this game should be rated M, I think, because, Wolverine is a guy that runs around with metal claws. So, but also with the villains, the villains could have a very cool selection, of Wolverine villains. I think like Mr. Sinister could be cool, but I think he's a bit too early. I think he's more of an X-Men villain. Omega Red could be cool. But who knows, I guess we'll see soon. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and comment below what you think of this, and if you're excited for Marvel's Wolverine. I'm George, peace out, take care.